I've been saying that to when I stayed with Will. I just kept going, what, you little bitch baby? Little bitch? You just a little bitch? You little baby? Little bitch? You're just a little bitch, aren't you? You little baby?
Okay, that's
I did
enough.
that a lot.
That's enough!
No.
So I went to the museum today.
You did today?
Yeah.
Today?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Like at 9 a.m.
Oh my God, why would you do that to yourself?
Because I wanted to go with my family.
Oh, did they go?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Pocket change.
No, I wanted to go with them, so I got up at 9 a.m. and then they didn't wake up, so I was like, I'll go on my own.
They didn't show. They stood me up.
No.
What's the Phineas and Ferb thing? My parents were absent for my own birth.
Oh, that's
Both
right.
my
Yeah.
mother and my father.
My parents missed my own birth. Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
But I went to the museum today. And it was nice. It was too early in the morning to go to the museum and read a bunch of stuff.
Which museum?
The Natural Science Museum.
Natural Science. That's your favorite.
That's my favorite. And they had a new, not a new exhibit, but they had opened up a lot more. I hadn't realized how much they'd actually like shut things down because of COVID. But when I went today, everything was open. And oh my gosh, I love the museum. I'm such a nerd. And I want to go back already so badly.
I already miss it. It's only been a few hours. By a few, I mean almost 12.
But I go with my friends and it's fun. Don't get me wrong, because we'll like joke around about things and we'll see something and make a joke and just
it looks like a wiener.
Yeah, like that. And we'll say stupid stuff or we'll come up with like a little story about what was happening here and everything. But I've never gone to a museum with somebody who's like me, who is completely fine with just like standing next to each other in complete silence while you just read everything. Because that's all I want to do is just read everything.
Yeah, I could do that with the dinosaur exhibit. I could do it for some of the other ones, but the dinosaur exhibit specifically, I could definitely, I could demolish that. When I went to New York, we went to the Natural Science Museum, Natural History and Science Museum. I think
that must be nice in New York.
It was pretty freaking awesome. Back in 2019, so it was before COVID and stuff, and it was so crowded. It was super crowded. And I just remember going and making sure I hit every single one of the dinosaur exhibits. I read everything on those walls. I did everything I could. Oh my gosh. I was going to be a paleontologist when I was a kid. That was my dream.
You've told me that before, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then my kidneys decided to be like, ha, you suck. And start giving me stones, so I can't be a paleontologist.
Why not?
Because the amount of excessive heat would be a factor in causing kidney stones.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So like I get super dehydrated, which is like it's possible to keep up, but it's almost like impossible to keep up. But anyways, I all that to say, I really, really enjoyed dinosaur exhibits. Yeah, it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Those things walked. I think my favorite is the giant sloth.
Yes.
It's like 9 to 12 feet tall, huge, fat, and all it did was just walk around and pick food off of trees and get eaten by other things.
Sounds like the life.
It does sound like the life.
I'd be fine with that.
It's what do they say about cicadas? They just scream, fuck, and die.
I've never heard that, but that's my new favorite saying. I want to be a cicada. Oh no.
That's what they do. Scream, fucking die. They are, but they're living their best life.
They're doing. I mean, I wish. There are so many times that I just look at my dogs and I'm like, why? I just wish I was you.
Yeah, I wish I could just be like, food again?
Belly rubs?
What? Life is precious.
Oh my gosh, why?
So this is an episode of Pocket Change where you get just a little bit richer. A little bit richer. That's what it is. Yeah.
How can you? We don't do these often.
We don't do them that often.
It's okay.
We don't. Yeah.
But they're the episodes that make you just a little bit richer.
Yeah, just a little bit richer.
And today, we're gonna go through all of my random thoughts.
All of them?
No.
Oh, it's gonna be a while. That's gonna take a while.
It's gonna work through the whole episode. No, I just went through and I found the best ones because in the actual episodes, I've been just going down the list that I have on my phone, but I want this to be a good episode.
A good one. I want people to have fun.
I know, exactly. And I don't want, because there's some in here that I want to ask, but I know that you'll just be like, no. And then we'll move on. That'll be the whole answer to my question.
Can I have an example of that one, please? Please, before we start. If it's as short as you say.
It's literally it is
Randy's random thought of the day. Wow, interesting.
exactly. I couldn't go until you sang
Yeah.
the theme song. Exactly. Is decapitation painful?
For a split second. And for a
You
little
honestly,
bit after.
you think so?
Yeah, well, think about it. So the brain doesn't actually shut down from a loss of blood until about a minute-ish after.
But
But it's not there, so how do you feel it?
yeah, because your head isn't connected to your body anymore, so you can't feel anything in
you know
your
what
body.
is connected to your body? Fucking what's left over of
your
your neck.
I
You
guess
feel
that would
shit.
that would hurt.
Yeah. It depends on where they cut the head at, because if they get a significant chunk of the brainstem, then or left on the body, then the body itself could still have muscle spasms, right?
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of the knee-jerk reaction kind of stuff, when you hit your knee and it goes boing,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Your reflexes?
Yeah, reflexes. That's that's from your brainstem. That's not from your brain itself. So a lot of reflexes, there's like a stopgap at the brainstem right before you hit the brain itself, and it's like, does this require conscious thought? And if it's just like a reflex thing, it just goes like when you touch something hot
and
then you recognize it's hot and you pull away immediately. That's your brainstem being like, danger, we got to move quick. So it just goes straight back to the hand and then moves it away. So stuff like that. So if you got enough of the brainstem still on the spine, then it could be like woo for a little bit. But there wouldn't be any conscious thought in there. All the conscious thought would be up in the head.
Right.
Because there's some real fun images in like horror video games and some video games where there's decapitations where like you cut off some guy's head and then the eyes are still moving left and right.
Yeah, well, I've heard that. I mean, I think we've all heard the saying that like after you cut off a chicken's head or something like
the body will run around, and that's the brainstem thing in action.
Okay.
But this is actual like conscious thought. The problem is that you wouldn't be able to speak because you wouldn't have your
you don't have
larynx.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you couldn't speak, but there's a likelihood that you'd still be able to.
And you wouldn't be able to breathe.
No. So what would happen is your brain would go, like, you'd be asphyxiated. So when breathing does is it gets the oxygen into your blood.
Mm-hmm.
Oxygen then goes to your brain through the blood and then, other nutrients. And that's what keeps your brain packing, like keeps it moving and stuff. So you would die from the blood loss and the sort of lack of oxygen.
See, but what would kill you first? So would it be blood loss or would it be asphyxiation?
It would be the same thing because it's...
Well, I mean, but you have all the blood in your head. They would just like
it'd drain out. But what that does is it keeps your brain from getting the oxygen. So it's no different from
you're right.
asphyxiation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah. So it would be painful for a bit before you die.
But like a minute.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on, how strong your will is.
Yeah, your will to live.
Yeah. I mean, fucking people think that, you have a strong will to live, then your brain's not going to want to shut down as easy. But if you're just like, fuck it.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Yeah. Because as long as you continue to push through it, there are divers that lose oxygen and they're like, oh, I just got to push through it so I don't drown.
Yeah.
And then they can stay conscious longer than if they were
give
not
up.
breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you just be a head?
Theoretically, yeah.
Because if you could just figure out a way to like
supply
continue,
the nutrients.
Yeah, keep putting blood into the head.
Yeah, because what does the rest of the body do but keep the brain alive? What are we but just like fucking brains and bone and meat mechs?
But you'd have to eat. Then that's the next problem.
But that's the nutrients itself.
You could just put the nutrients into the blood that you're putting in.
See, that's the theory behind it, and that's why there's like there's talk of like it being a possibility. I believe there's a couple of like experiments that have been done on animals, sadly, where they do stuff like that. But that was a lot longer than just a no.
I thought that was gonna be just a no. I thought you were gonna be like, or yes, it is painful. Okay, done. That's it. That's it. Okay, but now I can't get to all of the ones that I actually wanted to talk about.
Well, we can still do them. Who says this episode doesn't have to be 45 minutes, huh?
I do. It's a pocket change.
We can redefine the pocket changes.
We could split it into 2 episodes.
That's true. We could do that. Continue.
Okay. The one.
The more we debate about it, the less likely we are to have
the
one
less
episode.
time we have. Can plants be domesticated?
Plants?
Mm-hmm. So you have.
You've thought about this too long. Continue.
But
just the passion behind that first statement gave me like, oh, she's ready. Like she's thought.
I I tell you, these. I write these down when I'm in the car. Should I be on my phone when I'm in my car? No. But when my thoughts come to me, I gotta type them down. I gotta, and then I write like huge paragraphs of like every thought. And I'm like, no, I just need the basic thought because I will get back to all of these points.
All right, continue.
Anyways, so you have like just grass and like trees and like they're just out in the wild. They're doing their own thing. They can go wherever they want. But then you have like house plants and like, but you control them and you're like, no, this is when you get your water. And like,
you little bitch. Little bitch, so this is when you get your water. Not when you want it, it's when I say.
No sunlight for you. It's just...
You're grounded.
So there is such a thing as like domesticated plants. Like they can be.
I mean, yes, but not in the same sense as like a domesticated animal, right?
I mean, but like the plant's not gonna like listen to you and like do what you say. but you still have like control over it.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, yeah, it's not wild, I guess. I guess it is domesticated because what is domesticated but like trained?
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, I guess plants can be domesticated.
That was my question.
That's a good question.
And I think that came from like a TikTok that I had seen about a girl was like trying to see, there was an experiment done, like if you talk like nicely to a plant, like it'll grow more, and if you like yell at a plant, it'll like shrivel up and die. And so she was doing this experiment on TikTok. I don't know how it went.
Oh, great, thanks. Now you got me wondering.
I'm sorry. I don't think that's a thing though, because I don't think. Can you imagine if plants could hear us?
You know, there's an interesting thought there, but it's the opposite. What if we could hear plants?
They'd be so sad.
Think about this.
They would hate us. They would constantly just be like talking us down, like trash talking us.
Bitches.
Bitches.
Give me my water. No, I'll say when you get your water, I'll say, give me my water. You get it when I see you're grounded. Yeah, I'm always grounded. Shut up.
This is where I live.
It's my house. It's my house.
Not if I put you in my house and you better.
Oh. There is two thoughts. One thought, you know, when you cut grass and the smell of grass?
Yeah.
That is
the grass warning the other grass that, hey, something's killing us.
Not just that, but it's also like, that's the grass talking to like animals to be like, please don't kill me.
Oh,
please don't kill me. I taste bad. I smell bad. Don't eat me.
Oh, but the smell of a freshly cut lawn is so good.
Yeah, it's does the opposite effect. Do you think they would have evolved better?
Yeah, you think, yeah.
And then the second thing is what if we could hear plants? There is a way to hook up fungi and other various plants to a MIDI sort of keyboard or like a computer, which converts the energy sent through the mushroom into sound, and it gives off some of the most interesting noises and the most interesting like music that you'll hear. And then different types of fungi and different mushrooms and different plants give different sounds and give different like musical styles, and it's so interesting. You got to look it up when you get a chance,
because that's so interesting. So what if plants are like actually like talking to each, and we just can't understand it or can't hear it?
Fungi are supposedly like a more sophisticated type of plant, you know, like they're like I don't fucking know. Like they're smarter.
Yeah,
like they do things.
They have a consciousness.
Yeah, they're conscious. Yeah, whenever you eat a mushroom, that thing had a life.
Yep.
Wife and kids. Oh, you monster.
And now it's on your pizza.
Yeah. Gross.
You don't eat mushroom, do you?
I don't eat mushroom. You know what? I think I could eat mushroom.
Okay.
But I don't.
It's pretty good.
That's what I hear. I hear that about a lot of things, though. You want it?
That's
It's
true.
really good.
It's true. Okay.
The next one.
Next one. I mean, we gotta keep. Okay. How much time do we have? We still. I can maybe get two more.
Get 10, 15-ish minutes.
Okay.
We can push to 30.
So here's the. Okay, I'll do two more. So this is what classifies a salad. Before I get into my whole topic, I need you to tell me, what is a salad?
You're asking the wrong person,
no, what is a salad?
I mean,
I'm excited.
at its core, I believe it is some type of leafy vegetable. Yes, mixed in with other foods. I mean, there's so many different types of salads. I don't know how to classify it. Sometimes there's other vegetables with it. If you're looking for like a healthy boy salad, or if you're like, I want to pretend to be healthy, you can put like fried chicken in it, and it's still a salad. But yeah, so it's basically like the base part of a salad is like you got to have a leaf in there of some kind. Eat a leaf.
Just off a tree?
Yeah,
That's a salad.
Yeah, you know, what are these dots on my tongue? Oh, poison ivy.
Nice.
Yeah. Just a leaf, vegetable with some other foods. I don't. Yeah, that's it. That's a salad. That's what I'd say a salad is.
That is a very okay.
Well, there's so many different types of salad. You classify a salad then.
No, okay. Here's the thing. Okay, this is. Everybody listening, you think you know where this is going, but you really don't. I
have no clue.
You really, because you think it's just going to be a regular debate about what is a salad and can like soup be a salad or something. Like, no, this isn't it. No. You've heard those debates of like, is a hot dog a sandwich or something? Like,
hot dog is technically a sandwich.
Okay, see, look, you think it's going to be one of those debates, but it's not. Here's my thing. Okay, so a salad is like a mixture of food.
Yeah.
That is chopped.
That is interesting. That makes sense. I don't think all of it will be chopped because sometimes you get tiny little like grape tomatoes.
See, but here's my thing. So what classifies as salad? Could I just put like a whole lot of lettuce, a couple of carrots, full like carrots, and a whole tomato in a bowl and be like, it's a salad?
No, I think it's the aesthetic that makes it a salad.
It has to be chopped, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Then we agree. Never mind. I thought this was going to be a lot. Because Alex, I had this debate with him, and he was like, "It doesn't have to be chopped. It doesn't." So I can put a whole head of Hellas, a whole head of lettuce, a huge tomato, a big onion, like a couple of carrots, and a bowl, and I can hand it to you and be like, "Okay, there's your salad."
Whoever eats that is actually just a sociopath. Can you imagine? Have you seen the ASMR of someone just eating a head of lettuce?
I have not.
Oh my god, they do that, and then they also do like onions and stuff. It's like those people, but in real life, and I don't want that.
I don't want that.
Anyone I see eating a whole head of anything that's not like, it's not like a carrot or like an apple or something. Like, good God, stay 2 miles away from me. Even then, that might be a little close. Are you looking up ASMR of people eating heads of cabbage?
I'm looking up the rest because this is one of the topics that I had a whole paragraph for. So I'm reading it to see, like, I know I've missed something because you just agree with me. And so I
I get it. It's chopped except for like grape tomatoes. Anything that's small enough to be.
It has to be. Okay, so maybe not chopped, but it has to be like
bite-sized.
Bite-sized. Yeah, that's what it is.
So like if it's chopped or bite-sized or chopped and bite-sized.
Yeah.
You know, it's just got to be something you can fit in your mouth with. So like you can pick up like one of each thing, you know?
Okay. I do agree with you. I do. Now here's the next thing. And this is going back. Okay. We're going into the basic debate of this, of what makes a salad and soup a salad, all that. Okay.
Soup is, can you explain that one?
Have you never heard that?
I've never heard that soup is a salad.
Maybe not.
I heard that things are soups. Cereal is a soup.
Cereal's a soup. Okay, that's what I'm getting confused. I've heard other things are a salad. Like anything that's like a mixture of food is classified as a salad.
Yeah, mixture of dry foods, I would say. Dry to... I would say dry foods.
See, so here, can you like if you just put... So this is what Alex came up with. He said, why can't you put just a bunch of different kinds of meat together and it just be a salad? If you chop up a bunch of chop up chicken and beef and pork and put it all in a bowl, is that a salad? No, because earlier we said vegetables.
That's true. I said vegetables.
You did,
I said it must contain some leafy base.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. So
no.
So no.
A bunch of chopped meat.
I mean, if you
did
that with a leafy base.
You just put one leaf at the bottom.
You know what? I mean, technically, if we're going like MIT version.
And that's exactly, that's what we are. We are MIT.
We are. I'm MIT.
Me too.
Mr. I'm Taylor. Yeah, I know. I was like, I got to do it fast and correct. I'm like, 3 words? I can do 3 words. And sometimes it's like, it'll pop out and you're like, yes. And then other times it'll come out and you're like, I should kill myself.
No, please don't. I can't wait.
Terrible.
I can't wait for our friends to listen to this. And just argue about everything that we've said? Because there's somebody out there who's like, no,
No, chopping up meat makes it a salad.
it's a salad.
It's a salad. I have that. It's my meat salad. Mama's specialty.
Somebody out there, I just know it. Or like, there is a socio. I'm sorry, if you think that putting just a bunch of vegetables in a bowl that's not chopped is a salad, you are a sociopath.
No, it's not just if you think, but if you would consume it, then you're a sociopath. I'm sorry that you had to find out this way.
This way, yeah.
but
We didn't
you're a
want to break the
sociopath.
news.
Yeah, actually, I'm totally.
You're fine with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with breaking the news. Yeah, no. Good God, stay away. Go somewhere else.
Stay
Keep
away.
listening to the podcast, but go away.
From a distance.
Yeah, from a distance. And put it on a speaker and just like, walk away. And it's like this is me. That one tickled you?
That was a good one. Okay, last thing. To bring it all the way back around, because at the beginning we were talking about dinosaurs. See, I planned it.
Yeah, you did.
I did. How are dinosaur bones, and you, Mr. Smarty over here who wanted to be paleontologist. I was gonna say pathologist, and I was like,
pathologist.
That's
yeah,
something else.
Yeah, pathology. You know the study of like viruses?
I don't know. Yeah.
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri. Well, my dad is a speech pathologist, and so
what's a pathologist?
Here's what I found.
Pathology is the study of the causes and effects of disease or injury.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so how are dinosaur bones not decayed?
Not decayed. It's because they're made out of calcium.
Yeah, but like
And it depends
everything,
on the pressure.
Being organic, everything like will eventually decay. Like our bones will decay. Correct?
Yes. So,
and then dinosaur bones have been around for billions of years. How have they not decayed in that amount of time?
Interesting you bring that up. So when you die and your bones are impacted by large amounts of sediment, say you just die, and it differs on where exactly you die. So if you die in a muddy pit, it's going to be different than if you die in a desert, right? But when there's that amount of pressure put on top of your bones for so long, your bones will harden. They'll sort of. Please fact check me. It's been
somebody
so long since I've studied dinosaur bones. But from what I remember, it has to do with what is left over of the calcium deposits in your bones hardening because of the pressure on top of them, right? Because the bones are the last thing to go. Calcium has a half-life of a whole lot longer than anything else.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Calcium and carbon. So it's the pressure of all that stuff on top of your bones, which sort of encases them, and then they become like part of the rock, because calcium is part of rocks. There is calcium in rocks already.
Okay.
Right? And so it basically just becomes this like pressure hold, like a grip around the bones.
Okay.
And so because it starts with like loose sediment falling on top of it, and then as that sediment gets more sediment on top of it, it slowly compresses. Really slow over like billions of years. It's slowly compressing on top of it and slowly just sort of melding around this bone that's left over, because the bone was the hardest part. The bone was the calcium. And so that's how you kind of get dinosaur bones. And you don't always get the bone. Sometimes, yes, the bones will decay or they'll break or something will happen to them, and all that you'll have left is an imprint of what was left behind by the bones. It just depends on how old the bones were, what happened when they died, where exactly they were buried. There's a whole lot of factors that go into it. But there are interesting scenarios where there was a dinosaur found with a very, very thin layer of skin still on it. So which is one of the reasons we were able to identify them as sort of reptiles specifically. But their scales are different than like typical like reptiles. I believe that at least this specific dinosaur, its scales were sort of like chain link armor.
Interesting.
So it was like over itself a little bit. And that was a fun discovery. And I actually saw that at the Museum of Natural Science and History at New York.
Fancy.
It was fancy. It was real fancy.
No, that was bad.
It was like...
You're too fancy. Stop it.
I'm
it's not
sorry.
fair.
Oh, let me defancify.
It's not fair.
I totally recommend that museum for anyone that like enjoys any part of science or history. There's an exhibit for everyone. It's so great. It was so much fun.
If I had the money.
Yeah,
I would
mean,
go.
it cost more to get up there than it
Exactly,
does
to
to
get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you walked there, it'd be free. It would take a while, but you could do it.
And I might die.
You might die, but is it worth it?
To go to the museum. Yes, it is.
To
You're
expand
right.
my knowledge.
Exactly, it is worth it.
So how do we find the bones? It's just because of the way that the soil compounds on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but even so, you just said that even like it's slowly like the sediment builds up over time. So it's not like the first, I don't know, 100 years that it's dead, or maybe fewer than that, 50 years that it's dead. It hasn't been like compacted down yet. So that still allows for some decay. My whole point is that our dinosaur bones bigger than we actually think they are because they're like partially decayed. Like those are the bones they do find. It's like, no, they were like twice as big when the dinosaur was actually living.
well, no,
Nah.
not really.
I just wanted dinosaurs to be bigger.
So think about it. We bury people. Their bones are around. There's still bones from the 1700s around. Think about underneath Paris, the catacombs. Those are millions of bones that are still around. Yes, they've decayed, but
they're smaller. They're thinner.
They're thinner, but thinner doesn't necessarily mean smaller, right? And they just become more brittle, you know? So because what goes on inside of a bone, right? So on the inside of a bone, there's these tiny little air pockets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's these pockets that run along until you get like to the middle of the bone where bone marrow, and where the red blood cells, not red blood, red and white blood cells are created with inside the bones.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna look it up.
Seriously?
I'm 85% sure that blood cells are made in the bone marrow. The bone marrow is the soft, spongy material in the center of the bones.
Look who went to college.
Yeah, I actually learned that in high school.
I didn't go to a very good high school.
Went to Catholic high school. So.
I wouldn't trade that. I would send my kids to Catholic school.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about it is in particular do you like more than regular standard high school?
I don't know, because I've never been to like a public school, like because I went to a charter high school, so I can't even tell like the full experience. I don't know. You just hear horror stories from public schools. They're too crowded, and there's bullies, and there's
bullies wherever you go.
I know, but there's more of them in public school because there's just more people.
Yeah, that's true. I think that I would, consider sending them to. I'm just not Catholic.
Well, yeah.
So I would send them to a Catholic charter school.
I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I think you have to go to prove your Catholicism.
Oh, you might have to. Yeah, I was like, no, you could get away with it. You could just say that.
Doesn't the church keep records of if whoever is and isn't Catholic?
I mean, because you have to do things as a Catholic. You have to get your first communion, and you get confirmation, and then you get married in the church, and so they'd ask for all of those certificates.
And then they'd be like, "Whoa, you're not Catholic."
Yeah, never mind.
What if I'm, a joining Catholic? Then I'd have to go and actually be a Catholic. I'm like, I don't want to.
You'd still have to do all those things.
Yeah.
To get married in the church, get married in the Catholic Church, you have to go through all those steps.
That's what we call dumb.
I think that's so interesting though. So if you marry somebody, if I were to, because I do want to get married in the Catholic Church, but if I was to marry someone who wasn't Catholic, who didn't get confirmed and all those things, they would have to take a 2-week crash course on getting confirmed.
No. No. Golly, it's so much work to be a Catholic.
It is. We make it harder than it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm very glad I go to what is it? I'm not Lutheran, but under the Lutheran ideology.
Yeah.
That split of the Protestant.
Protestant, that's what it's called.
Bang. Yeah, that's it. Do you have one more small one, or are we?
No, I think we're good.
I think we're good too. This was fun. Thanks for joining us on this one, getting a little bit richer. Yeah. That's what I wanted to say.
That's what you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Okay, you just fell off there.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you guys later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Media for the Intellectually Impoverished is produced by Trey Taylor Smith and Miranda Randy Zapes.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at MFTII Podcast, or email us at mftiipodcast@gmail.com.
That's MFT 2 Eyes Podcast. Thanks for listening.